All right, all right, all right. Good day, good day, good day. Peace and blessings. Shalom, shalom, grand rising. I want to give all praise, give all honor, all kabod to my Heavenly Father, Yahuwah. And thanks to my Savior, my King, Yahuwah HaMashiach, Yahusha HaMashiach, my King, my Savior. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. For waking me up, starting me out today. Hallelujah. Good day, everybody. I hope you're all as well. I know it has been a minute. It has been a minute since I've been actively on here. Just wanted to come in for a minute, show my face, let everybody know I'm still out here on the grind, on a mission, getting things done, trying to get things accomplished. Hope y'all are well. Doing what y'all supposed to do. Doing
Continue for 6 miles.
What's designed for y'all to do. How's everybody? How's everybody? Yo, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've been on here. And sometimes you gotta take a break. Sometimes you gotta do a reset. Whether it's a soft reset or a hard reset. Sometimes you gotta do that. Because you can get so caught up in a lot of things. Whether personal, private, family, relational, work, whatever it is. Sometimes it can become overwhelming. Sometimes you gotta just, reset, because things can be too much for anybody. And I advise you all, whatever it is that you may go through, you may have to take a fast. You may have to do a cleansing, whether it's a spiritual cleansing, a physical, social, whatever it may be. Sometimes you have to do that. And that's what I did. I had to sit back and realign myself, evaluate what's going on in my life, where I'm heading in my life, the direction I'm going in. Cause it's very imperative that we all do that. Give ourselves some me time, as they say, some you time. And that's not the topic which I'm going to be discussing on today. As you see from my thumbnail, we got to work. We got to work. We can't stop working. We can't stop grinding, because the work consists of movement. Because when you stay stagnant, that's when infections start to happen. Got to keep moving. Got to keep moving. Got to keep grinding. Got to keep working.
1.25 miles, keep right, then keep left.
Either working on especially working on yourself, because there's no one else around you gonna be any good if you're not any good. That's just straight up. If you're not any good, anybody around you is not gonna be any good, because you're gonna bring a lot of drama. You're gonna bring a lot of ish. You're gonna bring a lot of things that don't need to be brought into whatever said relationship that it may be. Friendship, marital relationship. Because as you know, a ship sails one way. There's not the back half gonna go one way, the front half is gonna go the other way. No, if you're in a relationship, if you're in a ship, it sails the same way. So you gotta understand and make sure that whatever's going on in your life, that you take some time. My apologies. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. Hopefully I ain't just running my mouth. Y'all just on the screen looking. If y'all can hear me, give me a 7. If you can see me, give me a 9. If you can hear me, give me a 7. If you can see me, give me a 9. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Use the right lane to turn slightly right onto the ramp to US 522 South. Then keep right to continue on exit 82A.
If y'all hear, that's my GPS in the background. Y'all can hear that.
To continue on exit 82A.
I just want to make sure that everybody is able to hear me, able to see me. It's not glitching and anything like that.
Continue on US 522 South for 9 miles.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. How's everybody doing? First of all, let me start with that. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling?
Continue on I-70 East for 2 miles.
Bless up, bless up, bless up. Is everybody good? How's y'all's morning, day starting, should I say? How's y'all's day starting out?
Continue on route.
Did y'all wake up on the right side of the bed? Good thoughts, good reason.
Take exit 3 for Maryland 144 toward Hancock.
You ready to get out there on the grind, ready to hustle, bustle. You know what? I don't know even if this thing is even picking up, because it still looks funny for some reason. I don't know if anybody's saying anything or not. Hey, you know what I want to do? I may have to start this live back over, because this don't look right. I know I ain't supposed to look like this. Even though I haven't been on here for a minute, I don't see anything, no movements, no responses, no nothing on here. So maybe I need to start this back over. I'm gonna start this back over, y'all. If y'all can come back. Excuse me. If y'all can come back. Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna start this back over. I don't see nothing. I don't see if y'all saying anything or not. I don't know if you give a thumbs up or what, because I want to be able to interact with y'all. Because like I said, I haven't been on here for a while. Hey, you know what? I'm just gonna keep on talking for about another minute or so. Well, another about 5 minutes. And my apologies, y'all. My apologies. I'm not able to see anything. I'm not able to see nothing. Thumbs up, no response, none of that. So if y'all coming in, y'all saying something, I just want to let y'all know I'm not ignoring y'all. whatsoever. It's the fact that I can't see nothing. Maybe cause the pressure
In a half mile, take exit
on my
3 to
phone,
Maryland 144 for Kenton.
where I got it clamped in, have it clamped in, and where it's at. Maybe it's on my volume, or I don't know what the issue is. But those that have checked in, you know, if y'all in there, give me a
Take
thumbs
exit
up.
3, then keep right.
You know, give me a thumbs up if y'all, you know, approve of anything that I'm saying. You know, just, you know, get the algorithm, all that stuff up. You know, I'm not so much on, you know, all of that stuff. Just let me know that I'm headed in the right direction. If y'all approve or understand, of, you know, anything that I may be saying, you know, y'all on the same page with me, is that you got to get to work. If y'all are on the same page with me today, this day, that you got to get to work, you got to put the work in order to get some results out of it, give me a thumbs up. If y'all on the sideline just watching, you're hustling, you know what I mean, or whatever, whatnot, then that's all good too. Because I know that, okay, light. Okay, I see something. Light. Good day, light. How's everything? How's everything? How you doing? How you doing? Appreciate you stopping in, checking me out. Y'all don't know me or whatever, y'all just happen to see me pop up on your screen or whatever. I go by the off-grid trucker. The reason why I'm the off-grid trucker, because I'm a trucker and I'm off-grid. I will be showing more videos and stuff like that, so my apologies for you know, not being on here, you know, for a minute. Like I said, I had to take a break. I had to sit back and relax and find out which path that it is that the Most High want me to go down, you know, and how I need to go about lining things up, you know, and much other things, which I'll discuss probably in later videos, because I'm late on my videos. I'm way behind on videos and things like that. I got a lot more footage of the land that I want to put out as well. So I have a lot of things that's in the making. So y'all, like I said, forgive me, y'all, and just bear with me for a minute. Bear with me for a minute. Have patience with me. Have patience with your brother, you know. And so yeah, I just want to know how's everybody feeling. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to just make it all about me. I just want to have a dialogue. How's everybody feeling? How's y'all day going? If y'all come into the room, you know, stepping into the door at the house or whatnot, you know, kindly stick your head in, wave at me or something, say hi. You know, I mean, peace, blessings, anything in that nature. Let me know that you know, I have my support. You know what I mean? A tribe is in here, whatnot. But if you want to be part of the tribe, go ahead and like, share, subscribe. You know, give me a thumbs up. You know, thing it takes you hit that button, tap the phone 2 times. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Likes, good luck. Good luck on what? Like, good luck on what? You know, I don't believe in luck. You know what I mean? I believe that everything is designed as it should be. You know, we go through things, you know, which we don't know, is to build character, to build, you know, build you up. You know, when it comes to your function, you know, what your function looking like and whatnot. So it takes work. Going back to the thumbnail, you know what I mean? We should be working, you know, until the casket drop, however you feel, you know, y'all beliefs. You know, you could be mummified, wrapped up, dropped in a hole, or whatever it may be, or you may be in a casket. But that's, you know, that's when the work should cease. You know, but other than that, you got to put in the work. You know, regardless of what we're going through in life, you know, whatever the matters and situations may be, we have to put in the work. We got to put in that work, you know, because if we sit back and just give up and stop working, then, you know, actually the enemy wins. The enemy wins, you know, if we just stop and just give up. Don't give up. Keep moving, regardless of how hard it is. You look, you know, for example, while I was out there, I had to move. And, I don't know if y'all see, you know, y'all haven't seen my videos. If you haven't, go back and look in the archives. You know, I had to transport almost like 300 bricks. 300 bricks, cedar bricks, not no little fire, not no little, you know, little bricks, no little fire bricks, something like that or whatnot, but some cedar bricks. in the semi. You know, I had to offload them. I helped. I loaded half of the bricks. You know, then I had some help load them up when I went to the big box stores, and they, you know, handed them to me through the door, and I put them back there, you know, on bed, you know. But then I had to go to the storage unit, and wasn't nobody there with me to help me unload them, you know. But it's all good, you know. I welcome the workout, I welcome the exercise, so that's nothing, you know. But the fact is, sometimes you got to put in the work by yourself. You can't always depend on someone to be there to help you. You know what I mean? Put in the work. Now, it's, you know, it seems like at times though, when the work is done, halfway done, you know, or the majority of the work is done, that's when your help comes. But welcome to help. You know what I mean? Welcome to help. It's all good. You know, no harm's lost. You know, and I know that there's people that's watching. There's people that may watch this, you know, afterwards, you know, and see as far as they may be the one. They say, well, let me see how far he's gonna get. Let me see how much he done, you know, before I come out and I lend a hand, or I'll come out and I support him, or whatever it may be, you know. But it's all good, you know. Like I said, you know, I welcome the help, you know, because I am put in a position. You are put in a position to where you have to start it off. That you have to start it off. You know, that you have to start it off, and to show people this is how you do it. Show people that this is the motivation. Show people that this is the dedication that you are willing to put forth in order to get the mission completed. You know, and it may not be all the way completed, you know, because you may not be around to see the mission fully completed, but you can start it to hand the baton to your children and your children's children. You see what I'm saying? That's inheritance. That's a legacy that you'll leave to them. But it's okay. Just get it started. You know how you in the kitchen and you prep the food and stuff of that nature. You know, you put it in the skillet or pot, the oven or wood stove, wherever you may put it at, and you tell your children keep an eye on it, or you tell your wife or you know, ask your husband, you know, keep an eye on this. But you started it. You know what I mean? You got the basic necessities out the way. You got to start it. So what you need to do is just continue, you know, continue the process. But it's all about work. You know what I mean? It's all about work. My Renaissance grandma, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I know it's been a minute. I'm good. I'm good. Out here putting in that work, my Renaissance grandma. You know, staying focused, staying active. You know, it's been a minute since I've been on here. You know, so just coming on here to show my face and let everybody know that I'm out here putting in that work. And there's videos and stuff that I will be putting up as well. I know I'm way behind on putting up videos and things of that nature. You know, so I'm behind. I'm behind. You know, and I had to take a break. I had to take a mental break. You know, because there's a lot going on, and still a lot going on as well. You know, but I just like, man, I don't want to get on this, you know, platform, you know, to do anything, honestly, to do anything, you know. So how's it go? Oh, it's going well. I got some videos. Videos that I'm gonna be dropping, my Renaissance. I got some videos I'm gonna be dropping, and so okay. Yeah, I got some videos I'm gonna be dropping, you know, because I wasn't going to drop these videos, but then I realized, you know, the grace of the Most High, and speaking to a couple of elders and whatnot, and getting their wisdom when it comes to it, on my homestead, because I know there's brothers as well as sisters, that have videos on gardening and how to keep up your homestead, how to maintain your homestead, how to develop your homestead or farm and land and things like that. And I was gonna be selfish, just keep it, But there's some things I won't be showing, but there are some things I know I need to show in order to help someone else to grow. What I mean, to give them, put them on the right start, as far as how I started off. Things that I have done. So I'm gonna have to bless someone else. I don't care if it's just one person. I don't care. Even though I have thousands of subscribers, you know, um, maybe they just like my face, maybe they like the content, maybe they just like the truck driving, maybe they like whatever it is that they like. But if I could one person, to make that right decision and come up out of her and get some land and start growing their own food and herbs and medicinal herbs, things of that nature, then I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Right, my Renaissance. Can't show everything. You're absolutely right. I won't show everything. What I mean? I'll just be showing some things or whatnot. Some things is private. So I'm gonna keep that as that. And then there's things I know that a lot of people may need to know. Would like to understand. I don't understand or know everything, so y'all don't get it because I'm on YouTube and I got subscribers and things like that. That I know everything. I'm still learning and gleaning from my elders or those who have more experience in different different things than I do. And like far as my subs and whatnot, they some of them have more experience, like yourself, my Renaissance. You have experience in things or whatnot as well. And those who may be watching, y'all go check out my Renaissance grandma's channel over there. Tell her I sent you over there. Tell her I said hello. Yeah, because she has some very informative information as well over there. Like I said, I haven't been on these YouTube streets. I've been trying to take care of other matters. Like the homestead, or I have a ranch. What I'm saying? I have a ranch. So yeah, so for those who may be needing some more information or whatever, or think some of the things that I'm doing is where they want to head in, then I'm gonna put these videos up there for them. And for those who just want to maybe just watch, just ride like I'm riding, and just want to watch some videos, something that maybe possibly can influence them, motivate them, what I mean, to pick up and get to work, then I give all credit to the Most High Yahuwah. So yeah, so you can't show everything. And I want y'all. I like to put y'all up on that. What I mean, don't show everything. I mean, if you do canning, you don't got to show your whole cellar, of where your canning and stuff is. What I mean? If you got pumes, you don't got to show everything that you got. You got bow and arrows. You don't got to show everything that you got. You don't got to show every bit. If, your family. If you don't want to put your family on there, don't put them on there. Your children, don't put them on there. Because your wife, don't put her on there. What I mean? There's sometimes you have to be private. You gotta be private at times. What I'm saying? Cause you have those that's watching in these YouTube streets. Because they may be somebody that's your neighbor that don't have what you have. You showing everything. There may be someone that get heads up on where you live. What I mean? Let's talk about that for a minute. They may know where you live. So if they know where you live, they know what you got. You showing every point of your of your land, and they are mapping out how to get up in your land, maybe the weak spots and things of that nature, where they can get up in there at. You know what I'm saying? So don't show everything. You showing that you got a thousand, 20,000 gallons of water up in there, that you got all solar. Yeah, you may have the pum pums to protect yourself. You may get a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? You're gonna eventually run out, and they're gonna wait you out. You know what I mean? They're gonna wait you out, and they coming up in there. So to protect yourself and your family, you don't gotta show everything. Like I said, I'm gonna start showing just a little bit, like inside of my cabins and stuff like that. You know, once things is up and running, you ain't gonna see everything that I got. You know, you may see one generator that I got, or one, a few solar panels that I got. You know what I mean? Of course, you know what person that's out off grid that don't got solar panels, don't have a generator. You know what I mean? Whether it's gas, propane, solar, you know, you gonna have that. I hope you ain't out there just with nothing. You know, but there's some out there that with nothing. You know, they truly is living off the land, and that's okay. It's okay. You know, but I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Now I'm not gonna sit there and tell you how many, generators I got, and how many, how much ammo or anything else that I may have. You know what I mean? How many dogs that I may have? You know, do I have electrical fences, and where is that? And yeah, you see my barbed wire fence. I do have that. But you don't know what it is after that. You don't know what awaits you after that. So, but yet that's why I love it out there where I'm at. You know what I mean? I'm out there, that's why I love it out there where I'm at, because there's laws that's in effect, for homesteaders, as they say, gardeners, ranchers, landowners, put it like that, to where if you step in, past these warning signs, then your life is in jeopardy. I'll say it like that. So don't step over in someone else's space. You know what I mean? Like my thumbnail said, get to work. You put your work in. You know what I mean? Right now, time is ticking, and the clock has sped up. It has sped up. It has sped up. It has sped up. I could say that for another hour, and hopefully that someone pick up like what he's talking about. It has sped up. If y'all are under a rock and you don't see what's going on around you, then shame on you. Men, if you're not preparing yourself for you and your family, regardless on what it is that may be, happening within that family, but you are still responsible for your family. That's real. You're still responsible for your family. Gather your food. Gather the things that you need to survive. Whether whatever, like I said, whatever you may be dealing with within your family. I'm talking about your immediate family. I'm talking about your wife.
In 2 miles, take exit 26.
Your fiance. Your girl, your lady, your queen. Your children. Whatever you're going through, whatever's happening. You make sure that you still have
in
these
1 3/4 miles, exit right, then keep right.
You have these provisions set aside, because at the end of the day, your children, your family gonna look at you on far as what we're going to do. But also, protection. They're gonna look at you. Survival. They're gonna look at you. They're gonna look at you first. They're gonna look at you first. That's why, we look at the word.
There are police reported.
And it's, and the Most High came to the garden. He didn't ask where the woman was at. No, he said, Adam, where are you? So you're going to be the first one held accountable. you're gonna be the first one held accountable. But not, and it's not that the accountability won't be passed down, because it will. It will be passed down, and everybody's gonna get a taste of their disobedience. You know, so make sure that
Exit right,
you're doing
then
your
keep
part.
right.
We all have a part to do. We all
In
have
half
work to
mile,
do,
take exit 26 for I-81 South.
regardless if it's, you know, the children, women, husbands. We all have work to do, and we have to work together. We have to put differences aside. You know, if the man has the vision, women, sisters, queens, work
Take exit
with
26.
the husband.
Slight right onto the I-81 South ramp.
Because as much as you work against each other,
Keep right.
the mission,
Slight right onto the I-81 South ramp.
the mission will be delayed. The mission will be delayed. And as you quarrel and you're fighting and you're resisting each other, you won't get anything accomplished. You won't get anything accomplished. For real. If you got children's mother, you know, everybody needs to be on board. Everybody needs a plan. You need to be a plan on what happens, what we're going to do. But we are so busy being distracted, and I'm telling you,
There's construction.
there's so much distraction out here, y'all. Regardless of who, where, who you are, where you go, there's distractions that cause you to stay stuck, cause you to stay where you at, cause you not to move, cause you not to be able to put in any work because of the distractions. Whether it's the clubs, whether it's a woman, whether it's the man, whether if it's you know, you trying to get clothes, shoes, cars, rims, music, houses, what the development properties, whatever it is, these are distractions for where you need to be, where you need to be focused at truly. It's building up your land, building up your homestead, getting your food sources in order, getting your provisions together. You got to be willing and be able to put in this work, y'all. Put in the work. I cannot stress that enough. Put in the work. You got to get with like-minded people and communities and whatnot. Put in that work. I mean, that should be in our minds. Like, man, we got to get to work. Even if it's slow motion is no motion. Let's put in that work. Let's get it done. Because, you know, like I said, I'm making plans right now. I ain't going to disclose exactly what it is at the moment. I'll let you know when time comes. How about that? When the time comes, I'll let you know exactly what it is. Maybe not exactly, but ballpark figure, you know, on about what I'm doing. Because I ain't gonna put too much stuff out there. You know what I mean? Because that's part of my security. You know, I don't want to put too much out here because it may be taken or taken the wrong way. You know, and I don't want to misinform. I don't want to lead somebody away, which is not, you know, they looking at me while the off-grid trucker, he did it, he doing it. Everybody don't have the same mission. Everybody don't have the same work ethic. You know, what I do may not be beneficial for you. What my family goes through or deals with or doing, may not be good for you and your family. So you have to know and understand how your family and how you operate, how you function. You know, you have to do that. You have to, like your land. You can't plant any seed everywhere. Some plants desire, you know, certain soils, you know, whether it's acidic or not, or some plants need to have a deeper root structure, you know, so some seeds can't be planted in the ground. Some seeds can't be planted in the raised bed. My fault. But they have to be planted in the ground. You know, in order to, you know, some plants or whatnot, they got to dig deep down in the soil, 4 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet deep. You know, so but yet, guess what? You have to know your soil. You have to know the seeds that you're dealing with. And these are your children are seeds. Your wife is seeds. Your sons is seeds. You know, you have to know what kind of soil that they require. You know, and that soil is nutrients, nourishments, love, patience. You know, the fruit of the spirits. You have to know these things. And yeah, guess what? Hey, I don't know everything. I'm telling you, I'm learning. I learn stuff every day. I learn stuff every day when it comes to those that's in my life. And trust and believe me, when it's time to introduce my family to the world, social media, whatever, you know, I'll do so. You know, but as I am the head of my house right now, this is all you're going to see. It's me. Do you have this? Do I have children? Do I have a wife? Do I have, wife or wives or whatever? Maybe, maybe not. You know, you don't need to know my whole life at the moment. At the moment, but like I said, when it's time to show, reveal, you know, my inner surroundings, then you will see, in due timing, or in due season. Everything we do should be in seasonal. That's like you plant your seeds, right? You start your gardens, and what? That's right, in season. You know what I mean? When you do things out of season, you won't produce righteous fruit. You may not produce any. You know what I mean? Unless you plant it in season, is in a greenhouse. You know. Let's see, we're learning absolutely my Renaissance. We should be learning every day, most definitely. We're learning every day. We should learn every day. We should die to our old man and put up, and be willing to accept and dive into the new person that we have become. You know, we learn every day. That's like you go out there into your garden, you learn something every day. When you look at your animals, you learn something every day. You should anyway, because we are the shepherds. So we should be aware of a lot of things that's going on in our land, in our gardens. You know, our gardens don't just exist out there on the land in that dirt. Our garden exists. Our family is our garden as well. So we got to wear many hats. We may got to be doctor, medic. We got to be the teacher. You got to be the principal. We got to be the instructor. We have to be the lover. We have to be the commander in chief all around, because we are commanded to run and operate a tight ship. We have to make sure that we well versed when it comes to a lot of things, not just one thing. you know. But then we got to have a righteous helpmate, one who's willing to assist, one who's willing to, to continue, spread the word, to teach those, especially women and our children, you know. But yet you work together. A relationship is a workmanship. You got to work together. You got somebody that's staying on your homestead that's not, it's another family. Everybody got to work together, but that's not me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to, that's a whole nother different topic I'll touch on later. To each his own. To each his own. We must stay alert. Lots of deception and discrimination. A lot of marriage signs. Woo! Woo. You absolutely right. We have to stay alert. We have to stay alert. There's a lot of deception and distractions. Absolutely, there is. You know what I mean? And that's where we have to really understand. Really understand You know, when it, I hate when this happens, man. I'm always calling. You know, we have to understand discernment. You know, we have to have a discerning spirit when it comes to those that's around us. When it comes to those, you know, who when it comes to those who try to, a lot of them try to, a lot of them come in and try to put on their wolves. They come in to infiltrate. That's the word I was looking for. You know, they come in trying to infiltrate. You know what I'm saying? And trying to take over. And that could be family members, so-called associates, friends, you know, lovers. A lot of people don't have a righteous agenda. You know, they don't. They come in with deception, try to deceive you, to appear to be a certain way, but on the inside, they have a whole master deception that they trying to, you know, to convey, to, you know, to get what they want from you. Whether, they saying they help you out there planting the garden, but they telling their friends somewhere else how much that you planting in your garden. You see what I'm saying? So you can't just let any and everybody in your gates. This is what I'm telling y'all. People get mad at you, you know. They get mad, they get jealous, they become envious, you know. They have hate in them. And a lot of these things that if you don't have a discerning spirit, you may miss. You may miss. And by you missing that, by you missing what it is, if those come into the room, if you could hit that like button for me, I really appreciate that. You know, I really appreciate it. You know, that's all I'm asking. Tap the screen 2 times for me. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. You know, if y'all have any questions, y'all have any a comment, drop it down there. Drop it down. Drop it down. Let's talk about it. You know, let's talk about it. You know, this. You know, I don't know. I don't know everything. You know, let's teach each other. You know, let's share. Let's share. You know, so, you know, as you see from the thumbnail, those coming to the room, like, you know what we're talking about. Talking about putting that work in. You know, talking about putting that work in. We ain't talking about no specific, you know, topics at the moment. You know, but putting that work in, you know, is all around. You know, is universal. So whatever you do, you got to put work in. Whatever you do. But whatever you do, you make sure that you stay consistent as possible by putting the work in. You know what I mean? Because your work ethics shows. And your work ethic is your function. You know, is your function. So y'all stay putting the work in. You stay grinding. You know, you stay grinding. You stay grinding. Continue to, you know, till the soil. Tilling the soil is turning over the soil. So when you turn over the soil, you're exposing whatever it is underneath. So your soil, sometimes you got to till that thing, turn it over, see what's really is made of. See what it is that you may have to do to improve it. What you need to add to it to improve it. What you need to take from it to prove it, to improve it, and to prove it to be what it is that the Most High has given you, you know, to be and to do and to go. But you don't know, you wouldn't know unless you expose it. You take a inner look, or should I say, a self-evaluation to understand what it is that needs to be exposed in order for you to grow in that area. Because what you expose, what for is your garden. You think your garden is going to really grow to its full potential if there's grass or if there's other plants that's around it that's sucking up the energy? No, it's not. And I'm not a true all the way, you know, gardener, you know, should I say. You know, like I said, I glean off of others. you know. But what I do know that there's plants, like I'll give you an example as far as my tree. I have fruit trees out there, and I noticed once, there was other there was another tree, or leaf or something, not a leaf, but another tree that was growing near one of my fruit trees. I think it was my apple, no, both. It was my apple and my peach tree, right? I removed that. A good rain came. I think leaves popped up. Cause what? Why? Because you have those around you who's draining the nutrients from you. Once you remove it, you'll start seeing your growth. See, when you look at that Bible, people look at the Bible and they say, you know what? I don't believe in that Bible. Listen, that Bible is your Hebrew, your Israel, your life system, your almanac, your family. Man, it's a garden. People look at it more of a spiritual, not a spiritual, as a religious book. They look at it as a religious book. That book is heavy. Until you can get in it and have an ear to hear and eyes to see, and allow your mind to expand and open up, and you see that book is an agricultural book. For things that I'm speaking of is about all agricultural. But you got to get off the surface level, and allow your ruach, allow your spirit to dive and transform, and that way you're able to see what that book is really about. And it's an agricultural book. You're trying to plant your garden, that Bible. You call it the Bible. Bible is the basic instruction before leaving earth. Look at it like that. Basic instructions before leaving earth. Okay? Basic instructions before leaving earth. When you look at the Bible, you look from the New Testament to the Old Testament, or the Old Testament to the New Testament, from Genesis to Revelations. It speaks about agricultural things. It speaks about you and me. We are agricultural people. Our bodies our flesh comes from dirt. What you think is hue, man. Hue is reddish brown clay, earth. That's our, what I say, from dust we come from, to dirt we come from, to dirt we return. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, dirt to dirt. Our body is nothing but of dirt. Come from the earth. Hue, that's hue. Man, mind, highest form of intelligence. We are over all beasts. You see what I'm saying? So we have to start looking at things from different perspectives and angles, and understand that we are agricultural people. All right, that we are truly masons. We are truly masons, master builders. We are builders. Build also, when you build, you also destroy. So we have to understand we need to build. We need to add on, and we need to add on righteousness, and we need to destroy all unrighteous things that maybe can come and appear in our life. That's how the enemy comes. He tried to appear to things that we may have dealt past hurts, pains, and all these other things. He appeared. He a shape shifter. He shift in different ways, as a beautiful woman, as a handsome man, as a nice car, as nice shoes, a nice purse, because he wanted to continue to work on our fleshly desires. Oh, he gotta, this gotta, I need a. You see what I'm saying? That's the enemy. He will come and put barriers in our path to distract us. He will. He has done it. And he will continue to do it as long as we allow him to do it. But we have to be willing to put in that work. Are you willing to put in that work? Are you willing to put in that work? But by putting in that work, you have to have a plan. You have to have a vision. You have to have a plan. You have to have a vision. You have to stay grounded. You have to stay focused. You have to be aware. You have to be prepared. You don't want to just get out there with no vision. Don't know what you're going to do. Don't know where you're going to go. How is it going to look? At least have a vision on what these things may look like and the direction in which you want to go in. You don't just get out there on your land, I hope not, and just say, well, what you going to do today? I don't know. Just do something. You have no plan. You have no direction. Where are you going? I don't know. I'm just driving. Which way are you going? I don't know. I'm just going to go anyway. What? Come on. But yet we expect someone to follow you, follow us, without a plan, without a vision, without direction, without a purpose. What's your purpose? What's your goal? Anything worth having is worth work. Absolutely, my Renaissance. Anything worth having is worth working for. And some things are worth dying for when it comes to your family. You got to be willing to put in that work. Everybody got to be on board. Because I'm not going to be the only one putting in that work. Because one thing you have to make sure as well is that you're dealing with assets and not liabilities. You want assets. You want to attract assets, not liabilities. And if someone that's being a liability, guess what? Salute them goodbye. Because you don't have time. Because time that you got to focus and got to go back and keep going back and back and back and back. You're going backwards. You're supposed to move forward. Move forward. Move forward. Let's go. Move forward. We're on a mission. Let's go. Let's go. We're on a mission. Let's go. Move forward. Stop for a minute. Look back. But guess what? Don't get stuck there. Keep moving. Keep grinding. Keep moving. Keep grinding. You have to stay moving. You have to stay visual. You have to stay focused. So in order to put in that work, you got to stay focused on the work. You have to stay focused on the plan. The enemy will come and try to distract you from your plan all day, every day. He'll put it in your mind, and it's okay. It's in your mind, but once you act on that thought, that's the problem. There's many thoughts comes in our mind daily, but the problem becomes when we act on it. Let me say that again. We have many thoughts come in our mind daily, but the problem becomes when we act on them thoughts. I'll let that sink in for a minute. Let it sink in for a minute. We cannot continue to operate off of these negative thoughts, these feelings. A lot of things, or fear, false images appearing real. It's fear. But fear also is change. A lot of people fear change because the images that they imagine it to be, it's just the images or the thoughts that they may think that they may be in an uncomfortable situation. But uncomfortable ain't always bad. It ain't bad. It's only bad if we allow it to be. Why? Because we are a master controller of our destiny. The Most High places things in, before us. It's a challenge. Like if anybody, I'm going to use a sport analogy because I play sports. You're not going to be promoted. Or, matter of fact, I'm going to use a job. If I'm the CEO and I'm trying to promote somebody, how will I promote them? By what? What function will I be able to see in that person to be able to promote them or demote them? I will promote them according to their function, and I will demote them according of their dysfunction. You follow me? You see, good to see you again. Headed to the garden. Yeah, hey, my Renaissance. Head to that garden, my Renaissance. You know, let me tell you this real quick. And as you already know, you're elder. You already know. Check it out. When we're in difficult and challenging times, we should always take it back to the garden. It all started in the garden. Take it back to the garden. Why? Because we got soil. We're going back to our nature and re-energizing ourselves through the dirt, through the soil. That garden, the garden is really heavy. People overlook the garden. And my Renaissance grandma, what you do when you're out there in that garden? You in a whole different space. Am I right or wrong? You're in a whole different mindset when you're out there in that garden. You singing, you talking to the plants, the herbs, and you're looking at the bugs, and the sun is beaming down, the lightweight, got a breeze coming through. It's a peaceful place that you want to be, as in that garden. Absolutely. Mom, Renaissance grandma, I appreciate you stopping in and checking me out. Appreciate the converse. You know what I mean? As I always do. I'm gonna get over there. I'm gonna check you out, catch you live too, my Renaissance. Don't forget, y'all go follow my Renaissance grandma. She have a lot of information over there. I glean some things and will continue to glean things off of my Renaissance. Yes, I appreciate you, my Renaissance. Have a good day. Stay blessed up. The Most High first. So yeah, we have to be aware of distractions, y'all. We gotta stay focused on the plan. We gotta stay focused on the mission. We gotta stay focused on the mission. You gotta be willing to put that work in. I cannot. I'm about to stop over here at the Flying J real quick. We just can't allow ourselves to be stuck. Can't allow ourselves to be stuck. Let's stay focused out here.
Welcome to Virginia.
I just crossed over to Virginia. I got 46 miles to go. I'm gonna step over at this truck stop real quick.
In a quarter mile, merge onto I-81 South.
Yeah, we cannot continue to be stuck or distracted about a lot of things that's going on. A lot of people still going to these clubs. A lot of people, they still going out here. They want to.
Head west on State Route 669, West Church Road, toward Zachary Ann Lane. Continue on State Route 669 for 2 miles.
They just being distracted all around. Distracted. I mean, for real. You talk to a lot of these people. They don't know what they want to do, where they trying to go, how they gonna get there, when they gonna get there, why they need to be there.
State Route 669,
they just
head northeast towards State
oblivious of what's going on
right onto State Route 669
in this economy, and I don't get it. How is it that you watch the news just like I do? You watch the news just like I do. How is it that You can't see the prices of food is skyrocketing. Your rent is skyrocketing. Mortgage shooting through the roof. People selling their houses, getting RVs. Everybody now trying to live off the land, become homesteaders. Why is that? The dollar bill is plunged, going down. People start doing Bitcoins and all these other things. But we're lost. We still going out, honestly, doing things that we shouldn't have no business even doing. We're spending our money in ways we shouldn't even be spending it in. That money should be stacked up. And listen, hey, sure. I did the same thing, and sometimes I still do it. You know? But the thing is, we need to start realizing on what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, who we're going to do it with. Because we need to start getting with like-minded people. We need to start getting, we see wars is jumping off. We see these wars are jumping off, y'all. But y'all don't have no security. Y'all don't have no backup. Y'all don't have nothing that's going to protect you and your family. And y'all want to continue to sit up here and buy these houses. Just the whole, or live in these luxury apartments. Because the whole goal is for us not to have or own anything, but to be renters. And when you renting, you in debt. To become debtors. People out here spending thousands of dollars in rent, car note, insurance, daycare. When you can just get you some land, get you some property, find some like-minded people, get out there on the land, grow your own, eat your own, raise your own. It's really that simple. But you in fear, you scared because you're so used to the comfortability of going in that house, hitting the switch, turning the water on, lights coming on, hit a button, garage coming on. You don't want to put that work in. And just say it. You're afraid. You're scared. You don't know. But it's okay. Get with someone that knows. Talk with someone that knows. Get some books. Read it for yourself. Read it for yourself, y'all. Read it for yourself. I know it's scary. You guess what? You think I just lived out there in the country by myself all my life? No. I was raised in the country as well as the city. I like the luxury of going in the house and turning the water on and hitting the switch and the lights come on and, you know, turn the thermometer up and down for AC and heat. That's okay. Put a little bit of work in. Put a little bit of work in. You get your solar. Get your wood stove. Run your lights and everything through your solar. You can have lights. Solar panels. Rain catchment. Run your pipes in there in your house. Have free water. Free electric. Got some wood on your land. Free heat. You can make it work. You can make it happen. You're going to wait to the point to where you're losing your job. You don't have no job. You tapped out as far as your savings and everything in that nature. Tapped out. Tapped out. Don't wait until you tapped out to decide what I'm going to do, how you're going to do it. You need to buy this, you need to buy that. A little that person, that Gucci, the Fendi, the gold chains, the rims, and all that stuff that you may be getting. That's assets that you have that you can put forth into purchasing land. You paying payments on your darn house. You paying the car note. Why not pay a note on some land that you and your family could possibly own later, and you can do what you want to do on your land. You can do that on your land. You rather stay in a subdivision where they tell you what to do. That's a prison. They tell you what to do, when you can do it, how you can do it, how much you need to pay, homeowner association fees, all these other things. Why? Why must you stay there? We can get some land. You can run out there butt naked. Excuse the analogy. I'm just saying, you can do what you want to do on your land. Grow your own food. You don't have to worry about going to the grocery store paying these high prices for food. You don't have to do that. You have all organic food that can be sustainable for you and your family for generations to come. Come on. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do it to your loved ones. Don't do it to them. Because there's so much, so many things going on. They got recalls on a lot of this stuff out here. It's just, you got recalls on a lot of things out here now, y'all. Recalls on a lot of things. You got recalls on water. The sign, you know, that y'all better look it up. They got E. coli and stuff in the waters now. They say you need to boil your water. Check it out. You don't believe me? Check it out. It's what I heard. I seen on the news. You know, news could be fabricated, it could be lies and all these other things too. You know, so I don't so much trust in the media. You know, unless it comes to world news, like world news and stuff like that. They talk about something in another country that's pertaining to America. You know, I kind of, you know, tip my ear to them a little bit more. You know, so hey, make sure y'all give us some like-minded people. Put that work in. You know, so those who maybe be watching this video later, if you do, I appreciate you. You know, I appreciate all of y'all who did stop in, show some love, show some support. You know, but if you watch this video later, just tap the screen for me. Give us, you know, hit that like algorithm out there. Like I said, my apologies. I haven't been for a minute. You know, I've been going through some changes, should I say, some transformations, should I say, as well. You know, but I'm gonna start putting up a little more videos, you know, here and there. You know, so yeah, start putting some more videos out. And there's some more things I'm going to talk about as well. So if y'all haven't subscribed, you know, think about coming on over here to the tribe and subscribe. You know what I mean? And you know, and let's lift each other up day by day, hour after hour, minute after minute. But make sure y'all get out there, y'all grow your own, eat your own, and raise your own. Till next time, I'm the Off-Grid Trucker. Peace, blessings. Shalom. Put in.